Few figures in modern American history have wielded power as quietly or as consequentially as Dick Cheney. He was a man who operated from the heart of government for decades, a constant presence in the rooms where the most critical decisions were made. To understand the trajectory of the United States at the turn of the 21st century, one must understand him. His name is synonymous with muscular foreign policy expansion of executive authority, a period of profound national anxiety. He was not the president, yet his influence was often seen as equal to, if not greater than, the man he served. His story is not just a biography, it is a chronicle of power itself. Cheney's career was a masterclass in navigating the intricate corridors of Washington, D.C. He was never the charismatic frontman or the soaring orator. Instead, he was the ultimate insider, the strategist who understood the levers of the bureaucracy better than anyone. Richard Bruce Cheney was born on January 30, 1941 in Lincoln, Nebraska. His identity was forged in the wide-open spaces of Casper, Wyoming. It instilled pragmatism and rugged individualism. His academic path wasn't straight. He attended Yale University, but struggled and left, then returned to finish at the University of Wyoming. He earned a bachelor's in political science and a master's in political science. His early life seemed unremarkable, but he met Lynn Vincent, his future wife and a key intellectual partner and advisor. He entered Washington not aiming for elected office, but as a behind-the-scenes apprentice. In 1969, he became a congressional fellow. After the Ford administration ended, Dick Cheney returned to Wyoming and successfully ran for the state's sole seat in the United States House of Representatives in 1978. For over a decade, he served as a reliable conservative voice, steadily rising through the Republican leadership ranks. He became known for his hawkish views on foreign policy and his consistent support for a strong national defense. His time in Congress was marked by a quiet, studious approach to legislation. He was not a showman on the House floor, he was a tactician in the committee rooms, a man who did his homework and built coalitions away from the cameras. His congressional career was cut short in 1989 when President George H.W. Bush nominated him for Secretary of Defense. The nomination came after the Senate rejected Bush's first choice, John Tower. Cheney was seen as a safe, competent, knowledgeable alternative, and he was confirmed with broad bipartisan support. As the head of the Pentagon, he oversaw a monumental change: the fall of the Berlin Wall and the collapse of the Soviet Union. On the morning of September 11, 2001, everything changed. As the terror attacks unfolded, Vice President Cheney was rushed to the Presidential Emergency Operations Center, a bunker beneath the White House. With President Bush traveling outside of Washington, Cheney was at the physical center of the government's immediate response. In those first chaotic hours, he gave orders to scramble fighter jets and, according to some accounts, authorized them to shoot down the hijacked United Airlines Flight 93 if necessary. That day forged a new reality for the nation and for the Bush-Cheney administration. The singular mission became preventing another attack at any cost. In the aftermath of 9/11, Cheney became the intellectual and political driving force behind the administration's war on terror, He was a lead architect of what became known as the 1% doctrine, the idea that if there was even a 1% chance of a threat, the United States must act as if it were a certainty. This principle justified a dramatic expansion of government power and led to the Patriot Act, broadening surveillance capabilities and controversial programs involving enhanced interrogation techniques and detentions at Guantanamo Bay. Cheney argued these were tough but necessary measures in a new kind of war. Cheney was a prominent and forceful advocate for the 2003 invasion, arguing that Saddam Hussein's regime possessed weapons of mass destruction and had ties to al-Qaeda, posing an imminent threat to the United States and its allies. He famously stated there was no doubt that Saddam had weapons of mass destruction. The invasion of Iraq became the signature policy of his vice presidency. The Iraq War quickly became a source of intense controversy. When United States forces failed to find stockpiles of weapons of mass destruction, the primary justification collapsed. The intelligence was revealed to be flawed and, in some cases, misrepresented. The war devolved into a long and bloody insurgency that cost thousands of American lives and hundreds of thousands of Iraqi lives, destabilizing the entire region. He was a staunch defender of expansive executive power and championed the theory of the unitary executive, guiding secret surveillance programs and military tribunals within a legal framework, critics said, placed the executive above the law. The 2003 Valerie plane leak led to Scooter Libby's conviction, reinforcing perceptions of an administration operating in the shadows.